did. The first one kind of explains what it was. I want you to imagine you are Wizards of the Coast. You're coming out with a bunch of Magic sets. Historically, you release 4 Magic sets that are standard a year. 3 core world sets blocks and 1 core set. I shouldn't have used core, whatever. Then for a small period of time, you move to 2 blocks a year, no core set, and then you go back to 3 sets, all standalone, not a block anymore, and a core set. And then you just stop following rules for a while. So that's 4 standard sets a year for basically as long as I have played Magic. Then give me a few moments where like a 5th set would show up, and that was mostly fine. Standard could handle it as long as you didn't do it every year, but even if you did it every year, like that's not too many cards, especially if one of those sets is a little bit smaller than the other ones. Probably sustainable. And at the same time, you have a bunch of other sets coming out. You have Modern Horizons, you have Master sets, you have remastered sets, stuff like Conspiracy and Battle Bond, you have Commander product. And then even one year Wizards comes out with a set like Aftermath, which is a small set, or they're planning on coming out. It's like, oh, this is a 6th set, but it's not a full 6. It's just like a smaller set. And during this time, the remastered sets and the master sets are trailing down. Modern Horizons is pretty controversial. You just came out with this Lord of the Rings set printed directly in the Modern, which was really successful, but you realize that Modern isn't an accessible format to new players, but the Universes Beyond sets you're making are the best tool you've ever created to get players that don't currently play Magic into the game. But you have one format for that. That's Standard. And you're like, okay, we have all these deals signed. We're going to do Commander decks for some of these. We were going to do sets. We were going to do this, but let's consolidate it into Standard. No more of that bonus stuff. We're just doing Standard sets. And we got a system. We got a system to do that many sets, but all in Standard, because we could do our 3 Standard sets. We're going to move the core set to this thing called Foundations, which we're going to do 1 year in 2024, but then it'll be legal for 5 years. So we don't have to worry about like some of the bread and butter cards we want to be in the format. So that gives us 1 set. That's a bonus set. As we mentioned before, we could do 2 sets. We could do 5 sets a year, as long as one of them was a little bit smaller, maybe a little bit more beginner focused, especially as we're removing the core set. And that's perfect for Universes Beyond. That's 2 sets. And then we get to Aftermath. As I mentioned in the previous video, Aftermath was a colossal failure. But if one of those sets is an Aftermath set, only 54 cards, not draftable, totally fine, we're good. That's not too much for Standard. Standard can handle that. Little did they know that Aftermath was going to be a colossal failure, followed by the Assassin's Creed non-draftable set was also a colossal failure. That was less of a colossal failure, but a failure. So now they have these deals with people like Spider-Man and Star Trek and massive franchises, and they're like, well, we were making a Standard set for you, but you were going to be a small Standard set. I guess you're going to be a full set now. And that is how the failure of Aftermath caused all of this, as far as I can tell.